the upgraded one, and I'm so excited because we use computers for so many reasons, don't we? We use it for entertainment, we use it for communicating. There's schools, there's businesses, maybe you want to upgrade one. Well, this is from VAIO. This is a 14.1 FS Intel i5 laptop with Windows 11, which you might need, and we're going to talk about that, with 8 gigabytes of RAM. And hold on, everybody, drop the mic. 1 terabyte of SSD. All right, Jamie, come on in. Jamie Hess, love her so much, and we're going to have so much fun talking about VAIO computers.
VAIO computers.
Yes. All right, so this is the first day that we have it on a Black Friday sale price. And like we said, this is the very, very special one. 5 easy pays of $140 gets us home. Free shipping and handling on that. And you know what, Jamie, you and I talked about this, but this is the upgraded, like the better spec one, $179 off.
Yeah,
I
it's
saw
a big
the
deal.
presentation with, Pat, and I was like, wait, this one's even a better deal right now with more features, right?
She's the upgrade.
The upgrade, and it's only 3 pounds. All right, let me do colors real quick, and we're gonna spend an entire hour talking about this because you might not need a computer, but we're gonna talk about why you might wanna upgrade yours. All right, here is the steel. So just 2 colors, and it's gorgeous. And can I even show them the box that it comes in?
That's why I put it here. It feels like you're unboxing a designer handbag.
Here
it's
we
gorgeous,
go.
The experience.
That's the box,
it's
just for it.
beautiful.
Here is still steel. And then the other choice is the iron. So 2 colors, more limited in the iron. I love the iron. And it kind of reminds me, because you know what? I actually had like a Sony VAIO years ago.
You know what? So did I.
Hi, Jamie.
Hi, girl. Look, when I was in New York City, okay, because I used to work in big corporate offices in New York City when I had a fancy job in public relations. And I remember, Nancy, my husband and I talked about this because we're both from like the 90s, the 80s, 90s in New York.
Yeah, me too.
If you had what was then a Sony VAIO computer, now they've spun out on their own and they're VAIO and they've taken over the brand, which is why they're able to bring this to you, because if you remember, the other thing about the old one, the Sony VAIO, it was very expensive.
Oh my gosh, I'm not even kidding. I think it was $3,000.
It was
and it was
very
such a big
expensive.
deal for us to get that Sony VAIO, and it was a prized possession.
And here's what's so amazing. VAIO has brought all the precision, all of the best-in-class qualities, all of the top-shelf manufacturing. They've taken all the things we used to pay that premium for, and they've figured out how to bring it to you at kind of this, I mean, it's an incredibly affordable price for what this is. I can't wait to tell you all about it.
$140, 5 easy pays. I mean, it's unbelievable, and that's why we're gonna talk an entire hour to tell you why this one is so, so special. It's also 3 pounds, and what do you wanna do next, Jamie?
It's super light. So what you're looking at right now, I'm gonna stand up so I can just like show you, I'm gonna pick it up and I'm gonna show you. Portability.
3 pounds.
Portability is the name of the game here, okay? Couple reasons.
Yes.
3 pounds is very light. Now, why is it 3 pounds? This is what we call an aluminum chassis.
Wow.
It is a very lightweight but durable metal. Now, you know what else aluminum does? And this is why all of the greatest computer brands use aluminum now for the chassis. Better heat dispensation.
Okay.
If you're like, why do I need that? Have you ever had a computer in your lap that set your legs on fire, basically? Or it got so overheated that it sounded like it was going to take off like a rocket ship?
It would burn my lap.
Yes, but here's what happens, Nancy. It's not just uncomfortable. That's when a computer burns out. That's when it dies out faster. Is when they start to overheat. That's like a death sentence for a computer.
Oh my gosh! And then it would like make noise like a fan.
This
and
has
spin.
the fabulous fan right here. All of this little great perforation that gives the great fan and keeps it nice and cool. And then also, of course, that metal on the bottom. But what I want to bring your attention to is what we're looking at here. We're looking at this fabulous, look at all those great wigs.
I mean, that's like the perfect size screen, Jamie.
Yes, it is a 14-inch screen, which is great for portability. So this is a great student notebook. It's great for somebody who works remote. It's great for someone like me. I work here in Westchester, Pennsylvania. Then I throw it in my bag. I go do a day in New York City. Then I throw it in my bag and I take meetings in LA.
Go on the plane with it. It's like small enough for that and not big enough, big enough to be able to see everything.
Because here's the other thing, the full high definition screen, this 14-inch full high def screen is absolutely gorgeous. It's what we call an LCD screen. So you see these rich, vibrant colors, right? Absolutely beautiful colors. You can turn it to either side and you can still see. Sometimes the computer screen goes black. If you've ever seen some people's computers do that, you can see it from either angle. And then you also have these 2 THX spatial audio speakers. Because a lot of the time,
Wow,
Nancy,
I've heard of THX in the movie theaters, I think.
In the movie theaters. And a lot of the time, what we're doing these days, I don't know about you, but I hardly watch things on my TV. I'm usually watching them on my computer, whether it's streaming, whether it's QVC that I'm watching, whether it's movies or Netflix or YouTube. I'm usually watching it on my computer, so this experience matters.
How about if you're in, like you want to put a TV in the guest room? I mean, this is big enough to have like a computer in the guest room. This could be your family computer in the kitchen where everybody uses it. This could be, hey, you just graduated and you're going off to college. Get the computer now so that they can get all ready and excited for it. Or maybe it's for your business. I mean, really, we use computers for absolutely everything, and really from the teens on up. And even if you have a cell phone, you do need a computer, and I love that this one has all the ports. Can we talk about Windows 11, or do you want to do the
No, we can
screen?
talk about, you can talk about whatever you want. The world is your oyster. So right now I did just pull up the camera so I can show that. So why don't we just go there first quickly, because this is one of my favorite things, okay? Hey, I'm a content creator. At heart, I love taking pictures. I love using my computer for Zoom calls and all the different things. And let me show you this. This is a 2 megapixel camera. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make it a little bigger for you, and then I'm gonna stand back. Now, I am backlit with studio lights, which usually makes you look blown out. Can you guys see over my shoulder how gorgeous this picture is?
I could see myself.
A 2 megapixel camera is like a serious camera. But now let's show what else it does.
Oh,
Nancy.
that was Jill waving. I thought it was me.
It's a team effort here.
That's how bad my eyes are. Yeah.
So Nancy, do you remember what this one does? Okay, if you go on the top of it and you click over at the little privacy shutter, let's look at what it does. It's all the way on the top. It's right here. Look, on the very, very top.
Here
now
we go.
Click it. Now, where did I go? I went bye-bye. Now,
security.
Why does that matter? Exactly. That is for security. Now, Nancy, what that means is nobody's going to be hacking into your computer and looking at your stuff.
Where's that Post-it, Jill? Because that's how I used to, I would like tape it up a little bit, just covering up the camera.
I have seen people use Band-Aids. Like, that's not aesthetic. No. I want a computer that's taking care of me and thinking about my security. You have a fingerprint scanner, you have a security shutter, and in this day and age, those little details, they matter. Yeah. Let's talk about, you want to talk about ports? Let me take you on a tour.
Yeah, I think the ports are so important because there are computers that, or even like I've got like like one of those tablets, right? It has no ports, and there are times that you need a port, especially for business, and you want to like monitor and screen and all that stuff. You need the ports.
Look, there's a time and a place for everything, right? And I'm not putting down any of the other computers because I use them all for different things. But I found myself this past weekend. I was in Maine with my mom, and I helped her record something, and we edited it.
Mom.
Yeah, me too. So my mom is TV journalist Joan London. I think she's watching right now.
I love that.
Hi, Mama.
And by the way, so weird. I found this out recently. Like it's the craziest thing.
And
I was like, I love Joan London. I grew up with her. That's so cool, Jamie.
And she buys everything that I sell on QVC because she just loves QVC and she loves supporting. So I told her about this computer, but I was up in Maine and we were using her computer, which was not a VAIO. And I had to get some content that I had edited for her from one thing to another. And I said, oh, no problem. We'll just stick in the micro SD card and I'll just put it on your computer. And then I said, oh, your computer doesn't have any ports. So what happens is a lot of the newfangled computers, they only have, say, 1 port. Then you need what's called a dongle, and you have to bring it with you.
No, and you have to buy one.
You have to buy
the right one.
And sometimes you forget one.
Yes,
so if you're buying this for a student, say, and they go to give a presentation at school, or somebody
My
in their...
husband's done that for work. He's like,
and you
I
forget.
forgot the dongle.
You're really in trouble. So let me show you what this has and why you won't need that dongle, because you have so much going on. So you're going to see over here, we have a couple... So I'm going to kind of show you everything. Right here, can I just start actually with the most important one to me?
Yes, me too.
This is a headphone jack. Okay, now that might seem like silly, like, oh, why do I need that? Have you ever been on like an 8-hour flight and forgot your Bluetooth earbuds?
Or I didn't charge it enough and it's going to die?
Yeah, no, we all need, time and place, right? Bluetooth earbuds are fabulous.
I love that it's a plug-in.
But it's also great to have this option if you need it. Now you have that USB-A, which is, obviously one of the ports that is used quite often, depending on what it is that you need to plug in. And then over here, okay, You
Look
have
at all the ports.
USB-C,
Yes.
you have Ethernet, you have a micro SD card. What am I missing?
Oh my gosh, a micro SD card? That's
yeah.
really special too.
And let me tell you why that matters.
Yeah.
Now, even though you have the 1 terabyte of storage, and I'll tell you more about that in a moment, just to be very clear on what that
Yes.
is, having a micro SD card slot gives you even a little more storage. But then having Ethernet means you can hardwire. And that's a big deal as well.
My
because
husband loves that.
You know what?
For work, where he has to be really, really tethered. Yep.
Well, and here on QVC, when we were doing TV from home for
and
so
there's
long.
no Wi-Fi sometimes here in the studios.
Here in the studio, but also like a lot of us do presentations from our house, and that's actually, we're required to be hardwired. But some computers don't have that port, so it's nice to be able to hook up.
There's another thing in there, like for monitors, Jamie.
Yes,
that's
right.
Really
HDMI
important.
out, so you could hook it up to a bigger monitor, and you can watch things on the big screen. So you just have lots of options. That
Can I
some
talk
of the
about the SD card too?
What's that?
Can I talk about the SD card slot? I'm super excited because I have like one of those little mini cameras.
Exactly.
And it has like an SD card thing, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. How am I gonna, like, you know what I mean?
Like,
and
what am I going to do? So if you're like, what is a micro SD card?
Yeah.
Because my mom made a good point.
Yeah.
I said, oh, and it has a micro SD card slot. She goes, you should explain to them what that is.
Or cameras too,
some
digital
people may
cameras.
not know.
Yeah.
You're right. So a micro SD card is often used in your digital camera, in your home security system, in all sorts of different things now that we want to put a little bit of information, some data on,
Memory,
and then we want to easily transport it
Or
over
see it and what's in there. Exactly.
to a computer,
Yeah.
right? So you have so many options, so much functionality. But let me just tell you a little bit about the guts of the computer, and don't tune out and don't think I'm going to bore you. I'm not going to geek out. I have a kitchen analogy.
I
You
love
ready?
this. Yes.
I love my kitchen analogy.
Yes, I do too.
All right, so check this out. So imagine you just came home from the farmer's market and you brought all of this great new produce, and you wanted to keep it fresh and you don't want it to go bad.
Yeah.
So you don't want to put it in like a little silly micro fridge, the kind that you had in college. You want like a big, beautiful Sub-Zero, right?
Yes.
That is like your 1 terabyte of solid state drive storage. Think of that terabyte of storage as your computer's long-term memory.
Yes.
Okay, so that's your computer's long-term memory. Then you want to get all the food out and you want to have a nice place to prepare it. That's your 8 gigabytes of RAM. So that's like where everything, so like say you have.
Look at how much 1 terabyte holds.
Yes, 1 terabyte. Let's take a look at that for a second.
Yes.
800,000 photos.
That's almost a million.
Oh my
Almost.
goodness. 376,000 songs, 480 HD movies. That is a lot.
Terabyte. Once you hit terabyte,
terabyte's
it's
a lot.
a lot.
It's
So
a
you
lot.
don't have to like upgrade. You don't have to add an additional. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
exactly
it's great.
right.
You don't
Now,
even need an external hard drive
You
because
don't.
all of it's here.
It's all here,
Yeah.
and it's not going to run slower once you start putting things on it. Like this is going to be for the long haul. The 8 gigabytes of RAM, if you're like, what does that exactly mean? RAM
Right,
is
right.
random
I'm not
access
techie.
memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's random access memory. It's basically your computer's short-term memory. So,
Yeah.
so think of this. You have a Word document open and you're typing, and you're listening to music, and you're browsing the internet. Maybe you're watching QVC on the side, you know, in another window.
Yeah.
When the computer doesn't slow down from doing all those things, it's a good multitasker. It has good short-term memory. That's your 8 gigabytes
Nice.
of RAM.
It sounds like it's power.
And
yeah.
then finally, back to our kitchen analogy. I don't know about you, but I want to have a sous chef to help me prepare all that food. Like I
Yes.
want something to help me make it run all smooth and fast and chop it up nice and make it look good. That is your Intel i5 processor. Now, just to be clear, processors come in different shapes and sizes. An i3 would be kind of like a smaller, do smaller jobs. i5 is good for most standard use cases. So if you're somebody who, like me, I always like that meme, that joke. I have 100 tabs open in my brain. One's playing music and I don't know which one. My brain looks like that and my computer often looks like that. But when you have
I think I'm the same way.
the i5 processor, nothing's going to slow down because it can handle it.
Oh my gosh, there's so many features and better specs than the one we were going to present. And then this one is 179. I feel like you're getting more and you're spending less on this one for the VAIO. All right, so let's do color choices really quick. And this is a very, very special. I know we're in Christmas in July, so it is a Black Friday sale price. Do you see that QVC price? It's a $879 value. This is the one that our buyer wrote to us and said, oh, Nancy and Jamie, guess what? We're gonna give you the upgraded one, the one with the better specs. So this one's very exciting that it's $179 off. First day that we have it on a Black Friday sale price, and there's free shipping and handling, and there is no reorder. So once we are gone, we are gone. So let me give you the choices. They're both super, super sleek. Here is the steel, which is that beautiful, clean silver, and I love the logo as well. And then we also have it in the iron color. And I think this one was like my other one, but this one is more limited choice. All right.
Right.
Free shipping and handling, and also a 30-day return. Take it home, give it to your daughter, use it for your business, play around with it, and if you don't fall in love with it, we got Shop with Confidence for 30-day returns.
You got it. Can we
Want to talk
Windows 11?
Yes, you and Brian are on the same page.
You know what? We're always
Yeah.
on the same page, Brian.
And why important now,
It's
Jamie?
really
I didn't even
important.
talk. Like I had no verb in there. Why important now?
Why important now? And let me tell you why. So first of all, Windows 11 is what's called your operating system. So this is the latest and the greatest. So Windows 11 is going to help you do all the things. This is what comes in and helps your computer be new,